on this one, since we have a square root, notice that negative is outside. So that's a -1 times it. That is not going to give us any issues when talking about real numbers. One option would be to split up the a cubed as a squared times a, the b to the 5th as b to the 4th times b, and the 18 as 9 times 2. The reason I'm doing that is that 9 is the largest perfect square to go into 18. A squared, that 2 is the closest multiple of 2 that is still less than 3, and similarly 4 is the closest multiple of that index of 2 for square roots that is still less than 5. So if I split up both across the multiplication and division here, then based on what we learned in some earlier sections, we'd have 3a square root of 2a over b squared square root of b. But this is not considered simplified because we still have a square root in the denominator. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom by square root of b, similar to what was done in the previous example. And as long as that's not 0 over 0, then we're multiplying by 1. It doesn't change this. It's just going to change how we write it. Put the 2a and the b under a single square root by multiplication. The product rule lets us do that. Multiplying square root of b by itself is squaring it, and so cancellation occurs. Last thing to do is to multiply b squared times b. Add the exponents. That's really a b to the 1st. We can't do any reducing. The 3 won't reduce with anything down here. We've got different variables. 2, the only perfect square that goes into that is 1. And the powers of a and b now are less than the index. To get an even number for the power of b in the denominator. So, sorry, that was 18. Split up 18 as 9 times 2 again. A cubed as a squared times a again. And the b is going to be left alone. And also split up the division. Square root of 9 is 3. Square root of a squared. Basically what we're doing is dividing by the index of 2 in this case, because it is a square root. Don't forget that negative. I don't know if I forgot it in option 1 at some point. If I did, my apologies. And then dividing that 6 by 2. We've got b cubed.